I love you, Joe Biden. Thank you for everything, Joe Biden. I'm a good person. I want to be a good person here in the United States.
I came here because I want quality life. You know, America is a land of opportunity.
But you already broke the law. You might be a great person. That's just not the way you do it. Migrants confessing their love for President Biden, thanking him after illegally entering the U.S. through Arizona. Remember, the first people that came over when he was elected were wearing his campaign T-shirts. This is a human smuggler, also in Arizona, blatantly salutes Fox News cameras. Look at that, mocks us, ushering in illegal immigrants through the border. Probably made a ton of money. Our next guest says it's time for leaders to take accountability. Retired Navy SEAL and Recon Marine Corps veteran Mike Sorelli is here, who has an MBA now, too. So now he's still serving in many ways, developing his mind and his body. Mike, your reaction to that scene?
Well, Brian, first, good to be here. Let's look at the positive. The allure of America as a beacon of hope in the land of opportunity.
Live and well.
Alive and well. I'm pro-immigration. Most Americans are pro-immigration through proper channels and the legal means. Now, this problem, and it is a crisis, stems from a lack of leadership and accountability. Let's put partisan rhetoric aside for a second and look at the numbers. 2.4 million encounters at the border, 7.5 million since Biden took office. 35,000 illegal aliens have criminal convictions or outstanding warrants. That doesn't include the 200 that were apprehended on the terror watch list. Most alarming is 27,000 pounds of fentanyl confiscated, enough to kill 6 billion people. These aren't mere numbers. It's a warning to our national security, and the primacy for me always is the safety of the American people.
The FBI director said as much yesterday, and he was not hiding it. He said, we're concerned about the border. We're concerned right now. He goes, every alarm is going off, almost like it was prior to 9/11. I almost feel as though he was almost covering for himself, saying, I told you in December.
CYA is not new to Washington, and I'll spare people on that acronym. I do support FISA with the right reforms and accountability. But again, you go back to this illegal immigration. Look at the economic toll. In New York alone, they've received 140,000 migrants. They just conducted a hiring freeze on police officers. This shows you the strain on local resources and infrastructure. We are not prepared for this. We have to reform immigration laws and especially revamp asylum, which has basically become a backdoor for illegal immigration.
You're talking about a spending of $5.8 billion already this year on illegal immigrants, and they cut back on firefighters, too, cut back on trucks, recruits. They stopped 2 police classes already, and they have trouble handling 10,000 in Chicago. We got about 80,000 here, 140,000 who passed through our turnstiles illegally.
Our president, and any president, should always go by the mantra of America first. Not other foreign nationals. My heart screams out to people that want to come here. But our citizens come first, and that's not what this president is doing. Accountability for this administration has become negotiable and dispensable when expedient.
Keep your eye, and I know you will, on Washington, because they're negotiating a deal to finance Taiwan, Ukraine, and Israel. But the Republicans say not unless you change the asylum rules and bolster the border. And this is going to be a standoff. It's going to come to a head today, tomorrow. Explosions behind closed doors yesterday. We'll see what happens. Mike, great to see you.
You too, Brian.
All right, and thanks for having me on your Men's Journal podcast.